All right, guys, I'm in a pretty good mood tonight. This is my last watch list video for 7 trading days. I'm stepping away from the screens. I don't take many vacations, but I am going to take a break, step away from the screens for 7 trading days. So I'll be back whatever Wednesday, whatever that date is after next week. And actually, really looking forward to it. It's always expensive to take a break because if you look at my average daily income from trading, I'm letting that go just to step away, but I never step away, so I think it's worth it. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'll be back. You know what? I'll just look real quick. Okay, I'll be back Wednesday, the 26th, trading with y'all again. The chat room will be closed for 7 trading days. If you're a course taker, you should have already received. Wayne's going to run a Zoom room while I'm gone for course takers, and he's even going to be doing pre-market. So that should be awesome. Or if you want to take a break too, it's not a bad time. Speaking to course takers, not a bad time to review the course. Spend 40 hours watching it over, right? All right, so the SPY really ugly coming into today, and then it gapped up and actually I think maybe touched or broke yesterday's high. Got really close to erasing all of yesterday's losses, rolling over a little bit at the end of the day, but not the best trading environment just because you guys know I had a lot of things on Bounce Watch. When I have something on Bounce Watch, right, where a lot of stocks were ugly, when they gap up, it's much more difficult, and that's what happened. The whole market gapped up and ran. I would prefer when I'm looking for a bunch of stuff to bounce, I would prefer a gap down, right? And then look for those red to green plays that can be super powerful as people chasing stuff short that's already been down 3 or 4 days in a row and then gapping down get their butts handed to them. So I love that setup, but we didn't have that today. So I made all my money today on AMC. My best call on it was over the high of day. Probably looked about like this. I said, this was on the morning gap playlist. I said AMC over the high of day could work. It's a gap play entry, and it ripped. I didn't take that, right? I told you guys I'm trying to stay out of trades early, but I know a bunch of you got that, and I saw you celebrating. But I still made a killing on this thing when I realized, hey, this thing's squeezing, and I'm not even sure if I can tell by looking at the chart. A couple 5 buy zones here, even as late in the day as right here, the 13 flush. It went down to 1287. I actually got filled at 1288 on my bid, 1 penny from the lows. And I had several other pullback plays. So AMC was very good to me today, but like literally kind of like EYES yesterday, I made all my money in one stock. This is where I'm making my money lately. So, when I'm off, if you're going to still trade, you're not going to be in Wayne's room. This is where I'm making my money. Identify the big movers, the strong ones, bulls fully in charge right after the first 30 minutes of the day, and then watch for those buy zone pullbacks. That's where I'm making all my money right now. You get a lot of fake breakouts and stuff on intraday charts, so I'm loving the buy zone pullback plays. All right, so I'm done babbling with that. Let me go into my final watch list video for 7 trading days. Can you tell I'm excited? I haven't had a break in so long. And I've gone Monday through Friday, 5 miles a day on the treadmill, 150 push-ups a day, and no alcohol. So I've had no fun for the last 5 days, so I can even enjoy my vacation more, right? It'll just be that much more special. All right, I'm done babbling. So AMC, I'm definitely going to watch tomorrow because it had massive volume. It had a really nice squeeze. We'll see if it gives some kind of follow-up day tomorrow. NKLA, I don't love this. I talked about this coming into today. I had no trades in it today, but you had a nice little move back here. Now we have a red day. I'm going to keep an eye on it because it's holding up pretty well, but certainly not a standout chart by any stretch. AUTL, you had the big day and then kind of a quiet inside day. I'm looking for a 3rd day play set up there, only if we get it, right? REAL. Look at this. Look at all these red candles, and then it finally just tanks to the downside, big volume. You go to the left and you say, hey, there's actually some consolidation here. It hit support. Actually, did it flush 13? No, it went to 1302. Anyway, this goes on Bounce Watch tomorrow. It's overdue for a bounce. REKR, kind of similar to REAL. Kind of interesting around the 8 level. It had support in that area. BMBL. I had to look this up to see what it was. It looks like it's some kind of dating site. I actually, went to FinViz and then clicked on the symbol link, and it took me to a dating website. So anyway, now I got my profile on there. We'll see what happens. Don't tell my wife. Anyway, so this is really kind of getting ahead of itself to the downside. You've got shape and volume. So just looking for a snapback bounce. We'll see. BTX, I don't love this. You can't see it on this chart, but it's very close to the 50-day. Had this crazy move, but now it's almost round tripped, and bounces in this thing on an intraday basis are kind of getting slapped down pretty quickly. But just because I'm gonna watch it for a bounce play, just because it's nearing the 50-day and it's been bleeding lower every day. You might get a decent bounce one of these days, but maybe my least favorite on the list. LEDS, huge run from, let me give you the numbers, 349 low here to over 13 in 3 sessions. Now it's worked its way pretty close to a round trip too, but actually pierced the 20-day and closed above it. So I'm looking for a bounce in this one tomorrow. We'll see, right? RHE, another recent high flyer, getting down close to that buy zone. I don't love it. I wish it was kind of down here near the 20-day, but I'm going to put it on bounce watch tomorrow. It makes big moves when it does move. RVLV, I don't love this either, but I want to say Citron came out with this thing maybe this day? I don't know, and it got decimated. Citron, I'm talking like a bullish piece, not a negative piece, but a bullish piece, and it's been decimated ever since. So, again, look to the left. It's got some decent bounces from this area, which it hit yesterday. Today, kind of a quiet day. This is, again, not one of my favorites, but I do want to watch it, for a potential continuation of that little mini bounce it put in today. And then lastly, I have FSR, which I do not like this chart, but in after hours, this got a pop to over 12 on some kind of agreement with, what are they called? Foxconn or something like that? To build factories to make these Fisker cars, electric cars in the United States, which you could argue the cars are going to be a long way off if they're just talking about a deal, to build factories, right? So that's probably why it went to over 12, and right now as I'm talking, it's at 11.15. But still kind of a nice sounding headline. So I do want to watch this as a potential gap play tomorrow. And I am going to leave it at that, and I will see everybody in the chat room in the morning. Have a great night.